Now, when fears of a recession have taken hold in the U.S., it is just one of the topics in the new episode of the Business Buzz that will hit 9 News Plus tomorrow. The show's host, Ryan Frazier, is here to talk about it. Good morning, Ryan.
Lauren, good Sunday morning. Great to be with you.
Great to have you here. So tell us a little bit more about this discussion.
Well, you know, the fears of a recession are very much starting to take hold in the U.S., and in part because there are some who are projecting that the U.S. may tip into a recession later this year. That ranges from as much as 35% likelihood to as much as 60% likelihood. So a lot of people are really uncertain these days, Coloradans, Americans alike, about the financial future of the country. But it's interesting because we have such a dynamic happening right now. On the one hand, we have both consumer and business confidence, which is going down. It's not trending in the right direction. More people are really less confident about the direction of the country economically, as well as, just overall concerns about inflation continuing to be stubbornly high. But on the other hand, unemployment rate is still kind of stable here in America, and the jobs numbers that came out earlier this month were actually pretty good. So at the end of the day, there's competing indicators about what's happening in our economy. We talk about that on the Business Buzz and kind of dig into what it means. I think that it's fair to say, Lauren, that there's just so many people who are just uncertain right now. And if anybody remembers, if you watch or if you were working during the 2008 financial crisis, where we went through a recession and people were tightening belts and having to live off ramen noodles and worried about how they're going to pay their rent or pay their mortgage, you can understand why today in 2025 the possibility of a recession or even worse really has a lot of people alarmed. And so I saw a recent report out that said the searches on Google for recession and financial crisis are peaking right now. So there's a lot of concern over this topic, and we dig into that, try to unpack it in a way in which people can relate.
And you guys did such a good job of that. We want to play just a little clip of that. Here you go.
If those things, that domino effect starts to happen, then I think we could very well find ourselves in a recessionary environment. But I think it's very important that at least as it stands right now, we do not believe that we are in a recession today.
We don't, but it's all about the confidence, as you mentioned there. I mean, we may not be in a recession, but if enough consumers believe that their job is in jeopardy because we're heading toward a recession, they're going to pull back on their spending, and that's going to pull back on production, and that's going to cause businesses to pull back on hiring. It's really an ugly little system that brings about recessions.
Wasn't the only thing that you guys had talked about this time. What other topics do you guys hit?
Yeah, so once we get through the recessionary discussion, we talk about the construction defects bill, which is currently kind of making its way through the legislature here in Colorado. As you know, there's an effort to try to address housing affordability. Condos are a big part of that conversation, but the ability to develop condos has been a big issue because of the fear of lawsuits. And so there's an effort to make it easier to build more condos. And then we also get into, last but not least, this ongoing issue around Colorado's overall business climate. There's a number of bills around workman's comp and expanding doctor's choice that has some businesses and insurance companies really concerned about the increasing cost of care and delays to care. And we also get into AI regulations. Colorado has some ongoing interesting AI regulatory environment that may or may not make Colorado the most competitive when it comes to attracting AI jobs and AI industry to the state.
That would be huge. I mean, that stuff is exploding right now.
Yeah, we need to be a place where folks want to come. You know, it's very important that Colorado be a place where people want to live, want to work, and play. And so these bills and these laws can absolutely affect our business climate and the attractiveness for jobs in our state.
Definitely. Yeah. Ryan, thank you so much for coming in and breaking it all down for us. Cannot wait to see
Thanks,
that episode. The current episode, you can still watch that today at 11:10 on 9 News Plus, and then the new one airs tomorrow starting at 2:10. Ryan, thank you so much.
Tune in, Business Buzz.
You got it.